This is the Ford Big Red Turbine Truck from 1964. A prototype turbine vehicle from the 60s that was supposed to revolutionize not only the trucking industry, not only the transportation industry, but also the cargo industry as well. It was made by the Ford Motor Company in the 1960s. Only a few of these were made, one or two. This is how the truck would have looked like. A futuristic Jetsons-like design. This truck had not one, but two trailers. This is the first truck designed to feature two trailers. It was like a train, like a mini train. This truck was huge. Having a double trailer meant that the truck could carry twice the load, twice the capacity, which would have increased production and also speed and travel time. The front vehicle, part of the vehicle could be detached, just like standard trucks. This is from a video showing the driver. It has 8 headlights. 6 if you count them like this, but actually 8. Here is a comparison to truck with cars. It's as long as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 cars. A truck driver in the comment section said that he wanted to drive this truck. He said that if this truck was real, he would drive it. That truck driver has great taste. And here is the interior. The buttons are up there. Here is the seat. The steering wheel. These are paddles or no paddles. The seat could be rotated, I think. The windows are maximum sized windows, allowing colossal vision and a lower chance of hitting something or colliding with something. Buttons are there. It was designed for 2 people. I think those are pedals there. Now for the features. You're not gonna believe some of these features. It had a radio, a black and white television, a kitchen, a sink, a refrigerator, and you're not gonna believe this, it even had a toilet, an incendiary toilet that can transform human waste material into ashes. This truck literally had a crematorium toilet. This is unheard of even today. A crematorium toilet that turns human waste into dust. Now that's futuristic. Anyway, this truck would have changed everything, but nothing ever happened. This was another experimental turbine truck from the 60s or 70s. This one is the Chevrolet gas turbine truck. Here we have the false globe model in the back. It was featured in one of the world fairs. This one was a much smaller version, much closer to the ground. This one also never changed anything. It never went into production. This one has 6 headlights. Two if you count them individually. In the 60s there were a lot of plans for turbine cars, even turbine trucks, maybe even turbine trains, turbine planes, turbine ships, maybe even turbine submarines. Nothing happened. A lot of people had a problem with the steering wheel of this truck. Here's how the steering wheel looked like. It was like a video game joystick. It had 2 circular steering wheels that could be rotated like a clock, clockwise and counterclockwise. Very futuristic, but also very hard. Now this, what you're looking at, is actually the first automobile ever built. This was a steam-powered car. It was created by a French inventor called Nicolas Joseph Cugnot, a French inventor. He made two of these versions, one in 1769 and the other one in 1771. This was the first automobile ever built in the 1700s. Centuries before the Industrial Revolution. Imagine if this car was implemented in the 1700s. This vehicle's maximum speed was 2 miles per hour. It was powered by a front boiler, and its fuel source was wood. The wood had to be changed every 15 minutes. The car can go only 2 miles per hour, maybe 3 or 4 maximum, and the wood has to be replaced every 15 minutes. I would carry a hatchet on board. If you're using this to travel long distances, you can use the hatchet or the axe to chop trees and wood and use them for fuel to keep the car going. I would have carried a couple of hatchets and axes on board. Here it is again from a different angle. The first prototype car in 1769. This, just like the Paco gun, the first multi-shot weapon, also designed in the 1700s. We have the first car and the first multi-shot gun, all made in the 1700s. And people just let them slide by. Just imagine what would have happened if these things were used centuries before their time. Here is a colored replica version of how it will actually look like. The 1700s. A steam car before steam cars were even made. Now this is another steam invention that never took off. It's called the Steam Man. This was the transportation vision of the future back in the day. People imagined that carriages would be pulled not by horses, but by mechanical people powered by steam. A large mechanical man with a boiler in his stomach. But this never happened.